We're not going anywhere for a while. It's not time to
Yeah,
eat.
sure.
Remember, you call me anything you want to. Just call me in time to eat.
Yep. We're just, visiting Bill Shepard from Slater, Missouri, and about the start of his business and how he's evolved into fireworks. And I know it was how many years were you at Wilson's packing company?
Oh,
That was his real job.
88. Yeah. I worked in a packing house for, counting when they shut down and went to Tyson's and XL, over 20 years.
And
So
I think a few years he did. He probably still does some, but he did public shows. So I think I actually delivered product to his house in Slater, and it was just in the middle of Slater, and delivered fireworks there because he had a public show. I think Marshall and maybe some of them others. I think he was filling in with my product around the Class B stuff.
we went ahead and shot the city of Slater, the city of Marshall, the city of Fayette, and the city of Waverly. Plus, I called 2 backyard shows, which was the rest home in Slater and then another rest home there in Marshall.
Made a lot of people happy over his life with fireworks.
My wife, one day we were just the 2 of us down at the stand, and a lady came in and she held back because we had one other customer. She just said, no, take care of them. And when they left, she said, can I buy anything for $20? I mean, that's all I've got to spare for my kids. And basically, my wife built a Bill's Brown Bag bargain for $20, and she made the lady cry. She says, I didn't think I was going to be able to buy anything, and here you've got all this that I could take for my kids. So that's what reason we started Bill's Brown Bag bargain. So anybody can come in there, lay down a $20 bill, and take a sack full of fireworks to go shoot.
How many fuses are in the?
Oh,
How many items? It's amazing. He told me how many that he put in there, and I
well, let's
forgot.
see. We started out with 4 fountains, spinners, a few packages of bottle rockets, 2 50-packs of firecrackers. Early on, we had jumping jacks, sparklers, pops you throw down, the little tanks that go forward and usually have another novelty of some sort. Uh, then maybe 1 or 2 small multi-shot items. And that was all in Bill's Brown Bag bargain.
What's the one we named, or you named after your wife? You got one after
Oh,
her,
I had
didn't
Kat's Collection. My wife's name's Kathy. And when we first got married, her 3 kids and my 3 kids call each other. She became Mama Cat, and I became Daddy Bill.
you? Kind of the Brady Bunch on steroids.
It could get interesting. Most days when I'd come home from work, there wouldn't be 6 of us there, or 8 at the table. There might be 10 or 12, because there seemed like every day there would be 3, 4 different kids staying, for supper.
Bill's quite the established cook too. I've been in that area, and I stop in, and it never fails. He's got a pecan pie or some type of a cookies or something, and so that was always a stop if I got up in around Marshall or Slater. I tried to make sure I got over there to get me something sweet to eat.
I remember
Probably why I got diabetes.
yeah, one day you and had come, and I called Bud up, and he took off from the bank, and we sat around chewing the fat and eating pecan pie.
Yeah, we've got a mutual friend, Bud Summers, that I went to college with, and we were good friends in college and fraternity brothers. And he ended up back in, I guess, Slater, Missouri. His dad was a banker, wasn't he?
No, he was an auctioneer,
Yeah.
farmer cattle.
Okay, yep. And so, anyway, now currently Bud's still a banker there.
Still a banker there.
And he loans Bill some money occasionally to buy his fireworks.
It's been 2 or 3 times that I decided I wanted to pay cash. Mitch has, to tell you how good a person he is, the first 3 or 4 years that I bought fireworks, I didn't have to pay for them until after the 4th. I thought, wow. But then I had a bad year, and I didn't think I was going to make enough money. I mean, there were banned fireworks all over the county. It was super dry. Sales were way down. And it wasn't until that fall that I finally had a football show or 2 for a halftime show to for fireworks that I had enough money to pay it. And I said, that's never going to happen again. So from that day forward, I'd go to the bank and get $20, $25, $35,000, and I always made sure he had a check when I left with the fireworks.
A lot
Or
of
if he
times
delivered
it
them,
was
I
a
just
pretty
wrote a
good
check.
bridge to get some bills paid for me too, so I always appreciated that.
I figured you just can't beat cash when you leave.
Sure. And one thing I've been admired about Bill and his family is he started out with the 6 kids, and I don't know how many kids he's got helping him now, and grandkids and great grandkids probably.
No great grandkids.
Yeah.
I got a grand puppy though.
Okay.
He's a 3-year-old black lab.
And one other thing that I admire about Bill is his knowledge of the fireworks. I mean, he knows his fireworks, and he would come and get samples, and then he would call and tell me which one were the good ones, because I hadn't shot them all yet.
Well, it was real simple because when I ordered 3 cases of something, you knew, well, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Mitch,
Now,
when we first started, sometimes when they were shipped fireworks to me, I'd get it unloaded, and I'd find 3 cases of this and 2 of this and a couple cases over here, and it wasn't on the list anywhere. And I called him up and said, Mitch, I don't mind extra fireworks, but at least let me know how much they cost so I can sell them right.
Yeah, that's true.
And so far, after, well, over 45 years of buying fireworks, I've yet to ever have if there's any discrepancy in the paperwork, I've never had any questions about it. He said, yep, we'll take care of it. Of course, those times you bring 6, 8, 10 cases that I don't have anything down kind of made a difference.
Sure.
So I go to settle up with him, and well, we didn't have this and we didn't have this, but we did have 2 of these, and I don't know what the heck all these are. So most of the time, that first check I wrote him wasn't enough. I had to come back and write him a little bit more. But what was it, about 5 or 6 years ago, we had some stuff that didn't have enough of, and then have a little that was over. We came up here and figured it up, and I had just a few dollars and a handful of change. And so we made it just about broke even that year. First time ever.
Yeah. Well, going back to the stand size, at 96 square feet, he moved into his barn. You want to tell us about that?
Oh, Lordy.
That's became a Slater phenomenon.
Well, it's a 36 by 48 barn, and my dad had poured concrete in the floor and had gates put on every post. That way he could sort cattle. Well, when I moved in there, we first had to scoop all the droppings out and get it cleaned up enough, and then we just had 8 foot of shelving that are counter space that people could work from, and didn't have any shelves particularly behind it, just some makeshift sawhorses and plywood on it and stuff piled on it. And that would have been 98 or 99. I now have about 30 feet of shelving, 5 shelves, plus 3 display cases, 1 for the assortments, 1 for novelties, and 1 for fountains. And there's about 60 different fountains now.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he's got loft space up high where he stores some of his extra product too.
The worst part about it is the more space I have, the more I fill it.
Well, that's why I like to just see you keep on keeping on. But it's been a great journey, and we've progressed. About 10 years ago, we started a convention called Mid-States Pyrotechnics, and it's really developed well, and we'll have 3 days and probably 12 or 1,500 people possibly come through, and we built a museum on the end of our showroom, and it's got all the old product and stuff that we've seen over the years and collectibles, and it's really a good thing to go. We have seminars in there with the convention, and I thought, who in the world have I could trust to put there and meet the people and put names down and have the knowledge enough to share with people coming into that museum? immediately my mind went to one of my oldest customers, maybe the oldest customer now, because a lot of them keep, passing away. So Bill Shepard enters the picture, and over this last several years, him and his wife sometimes sit there, or he sits there all the time, and he'll greet and meet people and take their names down, and
Where they come from.
yeah, and they keep a pretty good conversation. So for 8 hours, he's talking something to somebody. So I
A
thank
few
you,
years
I thank you
ago,
for that.
at one of these demos, there were some people in, and they said, "Well, how long you been doing fireworks?" They said, "Oh, 6, 7 years." I said, "That's nice." At that time, I had 25 years in. And I said, "Do you have this item or this item?" And they started taking notes about the different things that I recommended them they have in their stand. After the next day, when I with my wife, she said, "You're going to have to quit that." I said, "Well, why?" Because I guarantee you, you're going to go put your order in, and half of those items that you're going to list, they're going to be sold out of.
So
He-
we've developed a great friendship and relationship over the years, and the Mid-State thing has been great, and just Bill's knowledge of fireworks. 47 years is quite a little bit.
And I've
so-
been testing stuff from here every year for that 47 years.
But anyway, that's kind of a short story almost. I mean,
Yeah.
we've covered a lot of ground, but I really appreciate the friendship mainly and the fireworks history. So it's Bill Shepard, Slater, Missouri.
And the CEO of Hale Fireworks is one of the best fellows you'd ever want to visit.
All right. Well, thank you for that.